For this session, we are going to use the mini toolbar and shortcut keys. We can find the fastest and efficient way of working with the keyboard. It has become a lot easier to work with the keyboard since Excel 2007 because Excel now has key tips. Let us begin by making cell C3, which is the cell with England written in it, into the active cell. Let us look how we can achieve. If we double click on any cell, we can see flashing bar in the cell. Entering into edit mode. If we do not need the flashing bar in the cell, click away from that cell and then just click on again. Now we learn how to use the bold, italic and underline buttons. Let us use those on this text in cell C3. Now make sure I have clicked the home tab on the ribbon, and in the font group I will click the bold button once, the italic button once, and the underline button once. But let's see how we could do the same thing using key tips. To show key tips, hold down the Alt key on your keyboard and notice how key tips are now displayed on the ribbon tabs and also on the options on the quick access toolbar. I need the home tab, so we'll press H key on the keyboard, and when I did this, you can see that letters and numbers have appeared for all of the commands on the home tab of the ribbon. I'm now going to use one of the key tips to remove the bold attribute from the text in cell C3. So underneath the bold button, there is the number 1. I'll press the number 1 on the keyboard now, and the bold attribute is removed. For the most common commands such as bold, italic and underline attributes, Excel provides keyboard shortcuts. Shortcuts are a lot faster than using key tips. You really have to commit keyboard shortcuts to memory to make them useful. But if you have forgotten what the shortcuts are, you can always find them by keeping the mouse cursor over the buttons. Let us try that now. I will place over the bold button. I can see that Ctrl plus B. This is telling me that holding down the Ctrl and B buttons on my keyboard will make the text bold or remove a bold attribute. On italic, it's Ctrl plus I, and for underline, it is Ctrl plus U. So they are very easy to remember. Use 3 keyboard shortcuts every day, so I strongly recommend that you get into the habit of using them. Let us try them now. First of all, let me try and make the text in cell C3 bold. So I will hold down the Control key on the keyboard and press B key, and you can see that worked. And now I will remove the italic attribute by holding down the Control key and pressing I. I will remove the underline by holding down Control key and pressing U. And I will remove bold by holding down Control key and pressing B. You can see how fast that was. Let us see how quickly I can add and remove the 3 attributes using Control keys. I will hold down Control and I will type BUI. I have added all 3, and let's get rid of them. IUB. And they are gone. So you can see how much quicker it is to use keyboard shortcuts instead of using the mouse. Now let us look at another way of increasing efficiency with Excel. the mini toolbar. I'm going to double click in cell C3 to enter edit mode. And when you enter edit mode, you will see the vertical flashing bar. I will then click to the right of the text and drag to the left in order to highlight the text. And I am going to be careful not to move the cursor away from the cell. When I do this, you can see that a mini toolbar appears above the cell, and I could use this mini toolbar to make text bold and italic, or to remove the bold and italic attributes, or to change the text size, or do many other common things. I will now click on a different cell in order to remove the mini toolbar. Now perhaps you didn't see the mini toolbar on your computer, and if that's the case, it is probably because another user has switched it off. Personally, I really like the mini toolbar and I wouldn't dream of switching it off. But if somebody switched it off on your computer, here is how to switch it back on again. Click File at the top left of the screen, then Options from the left hand menu bar, and General from the left hand menu bar. And notice that the first option in the user interface option is Show Mini Toolbar on Selection. And it is this checkbox that could be used to switch the mini toolbar off. If you find that's the case on your computer, just click the checkbox to switch it back on again and then click OK to apply the change. Let us now talk about the shortcut menu. If you right click on a cell, a shortcut menu is displayed. I will right click now on cell C3 and there is the shortcut menu. The shortcut menu doesn't display everything you can do to a cell, but Excel guesses at the most likely things you might want to do. Because Excel is guessing at the actions you might want to take in the context of what you're doing. The shortcut menu is also sometimes referred to as the contextual menu. But as well as shortcut menu, notice that you now have an even better mini toolbar with the more options. And you have now completed use the mini toolbar and shortcut keys and you are ready to work on data formatting. Thank you.